What's that sound? It's for amusement only, the EM and Bingo Pinball Podcast.
Welcome back to For Amusement Only. This is Nick Baldridge. Tonight I wanted to talk about 1966's Bahama Beach. Bahama Beach is the next to last beach-themed bingo that Bally produced. This one is a 20-hole bingo, and as such, the rules are similar to the 25-hole bingos, but not quite the same. You walk up, you put in your coin, and you get 5 balls. However, before you shoot your first ball, you have a decision. Do you want to put in additional coins to try and earn advances in scores or features, to try and get a better outcome if you win? Or do you want to just play with the default odds? It depends on how cheap you are and how good you are. So, by default, you can earn 4 replays for 3 in a section, 16 for 4 in a section, and 75 for all 5 in one section. All the way up to 192 for 3 in a section, 480 for 4 in a section, and 600 for all 5 in a section. So what is a section? Well, with the Mystic Lines games, of which Bahama Beach is one, the 20-hole games, Bally did away with inline scoring. There was no way to win if you got an entire column or an entire row. Instead, they had staggered sections that were different colors, and if you managed to get 3, 4, or 5 in the section, then you won. They didn't have to be adjacent to each other. And in fact, often that was a detriment if they were, because one of the numbers in those sections is a dud. They call it the star zone, and it is colored separately. It's white with the same color as the section's star. The sections come in red, green, yellow, and blue flavors, and the star zone, by default, is useful for nothing. It's just a dead ball, basically, if you have one that lands in there. However, some of the game's features make that star zone come alive. And if you manage to get all of the other numbers in a particular section, that star zone counts as the 5th. So it is, in fact, important if you're able to sink a ball in every one of the other numbers in that particular section. So, what makes them useful? Well, in this case, Bahama Beach's case, there are 2 different features. One is if you have numbers lit in all 4 star zones, you can earn either 300 or 600 replays if the machine awards you that feature. The other is the famous red letter game. Yes, it returns. And in this case, what it gives you is much the same as any other OK game or red letter game. It gives you the lit red letters in Bahama. It gives you the odds and features automatically. A free new game with high odds and high features to allow you to have a good chance at earning a big payout. So what do you do if you get a star zone and you don't want it? Well, the other major feature of these Mystic Lines games is the titular Mystic Lines. They allow you to actually move all the numbers on the bingo card. If you have column A lit up, then that allows you to move the center column up and down. If you have B lit up, it allows you to swap the leftmost 2 columns. And if you have C lit up, it allows you to swap the rightmost 2 columns. Aside from that, this game has the fabulous extra ball feature, which allows you to earn up to 3 extra balls, giving you 8 chances out of 20 to get your 5 in a section, which is pretty darn good. The only downside to this is that you have to spend quite a bit of money normally in order to light a single extra ball. So there's a big trade-off and a big risk-reward, typically, for playing an extra ball. This game also allows you to randomly double or triple one color, red, green, yellow, or blue, and that's a pretty powerful and handy feature. And lastly, in the features department, this game has Pick a Play. Pick a Play are 3 different colored buttons on the front of the cabinet. The red button allows you to play for a chance at advances in odds and features. Green allows you to play for features only, and blue allows you to play for odds only. And of course, the portioning for each is different. So let's talk about the artwork. Bahama Beach's Backglass has many people on the beach hanging out in different poses. A lot of women wearing a lot of eyeshadow. Very 60s, I would say. But still the fine line drawings and so forth that you're used to on the bingos. You have a sailboat in the background, a couple sailboats on the water, and you've got a big palm tree which is overarching the bingo card. Some palm trees in the background. You can see the wind is blowing. Waves are lapping on the shore. And you've got the ever-present seagulls. They're always at the beach. They're always on beach-themed bingos. One last note about the artwork. The red letter game are the letters in Bahama. The red letter games are always 6-character words. So you have words like bounty, or double, or Bahama. So, moving on to the cabinet, we've got a green base coat, and on the head you have a couple of palm trees intertwined. At the bottom you have a representation of waves, and behind them you have a setting sun. On the cabinet itself you have some sailboats on the water. And then as far as the Playfield goes, you've got a couple of women on the left and right side, and above them the palm trees overarching right up at the ball arch. You've got a bunch of people in the midground talking back and forth, looking out to sea and so forth. And then in the distance, you've got a couple staring out at the water. Lots of action on the playfield. A lot of people looking around, doing stuff. And I really like using nature as the canopy there up at the ball arch. I think that's cool. But overall, not an art package that I'm super excited about, but I would sure as heck play one if I saw one. Well, that's all for tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. My name again is Nick Baldridge. You can reach me at foramusementonlypodcast@gmail.com, or you can call me on the Bingos line. That's 724-BINGOS1, 724-246-4671. You can listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Pocket Casts, via RSS, on Facebook, on Twitter at Bingo Podcast. You can follow me on Instagram, also at Bingo Podcast, or you can listen to us on our website, which is foramusementonly.libsyn.com. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll talk to you next time.